So it's a beautiful morning, and I wanted to show you a few things around the grove that are interesting to me. So first one is this Haden tree that is becoming an ugly Betty tree. We've got a lot of grafts on there, and a couple days ago we took a major part of the tree. There was a very large like branch trunk kind of thing. It was a combination of branch and trunk. It was huge, going up, straight up, and then branching way out of reach. So in order to give the Ugly Betty grafts a lot of sunlight and also more of the energy of the plant, we took off this big chunk of tree. So this is where it was, going over the fence, and now there's a pile of broken tree over there. Well, cut up tree, it really wasn't broken. So, like grafting some of these big trees over to other varieties and keeping them small is just really getting me excited for the next few years. We really liked Ugly Betty a lot, and it's great that we'll have a big source of Ugly Betty in maybe 2 years. It's actually a seedling tree that I grafted over to Ugly Betty that might be bearing this year. So that's even more fun. Okay, so right next door is this large tree. It just goes up a long way before branching. So also we took out some lower branches that were really beaten up by the hurricane and very damaged, and then we need the tree trimmers to come in and get the top part taken down. But this will become Pineapple Pleasure, so that's a fun step too. And we're going to head down the grove here because I have a couple other things that I've noticed that were interesting, and I'd like you to see them also. Okay, so this is one of our top work projects, and I think that we might have shown you the grafting, and here we have almost all of them that are green or coming out in leaves. So this is pretty much done. All we'll need to do is thin out and cut back once the grafts have put on a full flush of growth. So yay on that. So you might remember after the hurricane, we had this very tall, very brown lychee that the root system had been seriously disturbed, and it looked like the whole plant had died. Well, recently new leaves emerged, but it was still really tall. So that was another thing that we've done, is cut off these branches down to here. So we'll have a nicely sized and shaped lychee in I guess by summer it'll be looking very nice. So we wanted to keep this tree out of the power lines, so we cut it way back. And I thought it was just going to stay turpentine until I got talking to Constantine, who was the guy who did the video Mangoes of Jamaica. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. But anyway, Constantine, of course from Jamaica, is a big fan of East Indian, which many Jamaicans are, and he told me he actually got a good crop of East Indian mangoes every year, and they all tasted the way they should. And that's different from what I'd always heard about East Indian in Florida. So I had to try it out, and this is the perfect place to try it out. This is the south side of the turpentine tree, and lots of new growth. So I have grafted here, and over there. So hopefully those grafts will take, and we will be in the East Indian business in another 2 or 3 years. So we were just visiting Pete Jasinski out at his grove in Loxahatchee, and I just had to buy some dragon fruit from him. This is Purple Haze, and I have Haley's Comet over here. 2 good varieties, and they need cross-pollination. I'm really looking forward to seeing if these will fruit for us. We've had a lot of customers that have been interested in dragon fruit, and we just haven't grown it yet. So we'll see if this old trunk from a Bismarckio nobilis will be a good support for them. I had this big old palm here, and it was in the wrong place, so we cut it back, cut it down, but not all the way to the ground. I wanted to leave it for some future plants to grow on, and I didn't realize it was going to be pitaya or dragon fruit, but it is. And then we also have some climbing orchids, so I'm hoping that they will have a wonderful life here on this old palm trunk. So this is the last thing of interest for this morning. Keep in mind it's taken me 18 years to get the courage to do this, but this Haden this coming week will be cut back to less than half of its height. I'm going to try to preserve as much of the character of the tree as possible, but I'm really tired of having most of the fruit not reachable and having the tree so difficult to maintain. I mean, we have to get a tree service in with a bucket truck, and I'd rather have trees that we could, maintain ourselves. If you have the bucket truck option, you're not going to be trimming the tree every year, at least not me. It just is an expensive proposition, and so if it's within reach, we should be able to take care of it ourselves. But I wanted to give you all, one last look of this mango tree. Of course, we've taken out a little bit of the branches on this side, and the lower branch is all converted to Julie mango and a little bit of Juliet mango. So I think this is going to work out a lot better than Haden on this particular branch, and both varieties are very small compared to Haden. So hopefully that will fill out to a very nice looking branch and won't want to get huge. The other branches that we need to take out present more challenges because they will be higher up than this low branch. As I said, we're going to try to preserve as much of the personality, the character of the tree. It's a beautiful tree. It's just, it makes me crazy with all these mangoes on the top. It's too dangerous to pick them, and I just hate them dropping on the ground. So we're going to put some new varieties on there. In a few years, I think you all will love it, and just wanted to warn you, next time you're on the property, this tree is going to look a lot different.